Well, here we go, guys. We are beginning May. At least here I am in my journal. By the time you guys see this, I think we'll be a few days into May already. But I just thought, you know what? I am going to start this video just kind of talking and moving through how I set up my journal. I think I've done this once before where I kind of took you guys along with me as I set up my journal. So I've already cut everything out, and as you can see, there's no like major science when I am setting up my journal. And just like that, see how I get things all crooked and stuff? But, you know, this is really more of a reflection for me than anything else. This is a place where I come and process feelings and emotions and kind of like a living testament to what I'm going through and the things that I'm experiencing. Even though everything's not documented in here, me looking back, I know what was going on here. So this is my Mayan energy or calendar for the month, which I always get from Mark Alme. You can find him on YouTube under that. But if you're looking for the site, go to fourpillars.net and you'll find it there. These here are for my Mayan goddess of the month. So I went ahead and just cut up some pictures, and I'm just going to have to figure out how to place those in there because I need to make some sense of that. This is where I'll put my decks used, my basket decks, and any new. As you can tell, new is way down at the bottom here now because as far as new things coming in, that's going to be really, really limited. And this is for Beltane. And that's about it. That's about all I'm going to do to start up the May journal. I'll probably go ahead and color these in, but that's for a later time. And then the next thing I need to do for May is set up my little pocket calendar. And that is pretty simple because I pretty much keep this updated. The only thing I really need to do here is to replace that. This is pretty much a working calendar. So all I need to do is, and I'm looking here, I've ended up using this bag as where I put all my little pocket goodies. These little things here, I bought them from Daiso, and it's perfect just to change out the month and have the calendar right here for the month. So I'm just going to put that in here. And then I don't know why I don't get rid of these little things, but I suppose I could use something or put something on the back and reuse them. I don't know. I'm weird that way. But normally I come through here and I just see within my schedule if there's anything that I can take out. So these are my monthlies here in the front, and then I go to my weeklies. I just recently changed my weekly outline to something that gives me a little bit more space, and I'm really enjoying this format. So right here, this is for this past week here, and now I'm set up for this week. I am going to have to go in here and just make sure that all of my dates are updated. But as you can tell, this is a working calendar and everything else is okay in here. So that's about all I needed to do for now. But these are some of the things that I do at the beginning of each month, is just go through and figure things out. Now the next thing, and the thing that you probably came here for, is for me to discuss the basket decks for the month of May. So what I've been doing these past few months is I will get a basket and include in the basket the main tarot deck. So this is going to be like the base of my practice for the month. Oracle decks kind of filter around whatever's in the basket. And then if I get in a new deck, then I would include it as something to be worked with for the month. But I'm trying to really focus on the decks that I currently have within my collection. And then if things filter in, then they do. But I'm just trying to restrain from that for now. I know that there's a few things that have captured my attention lately. The Adventure Tarot, I just saw Lisa Pez kind of do like a mini walkthrough of that particular deck. I saw some of it. I didn't see all of it, but that one looks really intriguing to me. Not so much for the art style, but for the guidebook. The guidebook, I was really enjoying what I saw her reading. So that might be something that might go onto my wish list as well. But like I said, for the most part, I'm really trying to focus on what I have here. So let's look at what I had in my basket for April, and then I'm going to show you what stayed and what went. So we had the Shamanic Dream Dust Tarot, and I love this deck. I think I had it in my basket for the month prior as well, but I did not end up using this deck this month. So that is one that is out. The other deck that was in here, oh my goodness, did I take it out already? Oh, here it is. The other deck that was in my basket was the Crow Tarot, and this is another one that did not get used within the month of April. So that's 2 down from my list or my baskets. And this is what remains. Let me just move those out of the way. So I had the Herb Crafters Tarot. I had the Circle of Doors. I had the Way Home Tarot, the Little Sister Tarot, the Davana Tarot, and the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. These are the decks that were in my basket at the beginning of April and remained, and these are the ones that got the play. These were the ones that got the use. Now I'm going to show you the decks that I also included within my practice for the month. So I included the Stunning Tarot, the Self-Love Tarot, Remembering the Sweet Fool, Kai Tarot Love, Tarot Landscapes. Oh, sorry. That's an Oracle deck. And the Be With Your Body Tarot. These are the decks that made their way in. This was a really rough month, and I'm going to get into that more within my monthly wrap-up. But as you can see, I kind of went off in a completely different direction this month, and I was feeling really restrained by the idea of the basket. Some things came in for Earth Day. This came in for Earth Day, and Remembering the Sweet Fool. Well, I've fallen in deep love with this deck, and because I still really wanted to work with the We Star in the Forest of Precious Twigs Oracle deck, I naturally brought out Remembering the Sweet Fool and worked with that a little bit as well. So yeah, it's it's been quite the interesting month for me, as there was a lot of emotions going on this month, and so I just provided myself a little bit of grace and worked with whatever felt right. Now, one of the things that was interesting to me was that for Earth Day, I wanted to work with one of my really earthy type of decks. And another one that I have up there is, oh my gosh, that beautiful deck. And I'm going to place it in the cards because I can't remember the name of it right now. You know what? Let me just grab it. It is this right here, the Majestic Earth deck. So I kind of looked at both of these decks and I thought, which one do I want to work with? Now this is, seriously, this is such a beautiful, beautiful deck. But I just wasn't feeling called to work with it this month. Maybe, I don't know. It just felt heavier than I wanted for that particular day. I really wanted to focus on the beauty of the earth, and although the majestic earth does clearly, I mean, that's what it's all about. Tarot landscapes won out for me. And I think because for me, looking at these images really provides a different way of looking at tarot and reading it through some of these beautifully illustrated images, which I've really come to love. I'm really enjoying this deck. So again, this was the Tarot Landscapes, and this was specific for Earth Day, and I really enjoyed working with that. What were the other things that, so like I said, it was emotional, guys. It was just an emotional month. So I kind of, as you can see, kind of threw the whole limited basket. Maybe I need a bigger basket. I don't know. The Be With Your Body Tarot, you know, I've come to understand that the Be With Your Body Tarot is something that is just going to be within my kind of like monthly rotation pretty much all the time. This deck, again, the images are simple, but they're very meaningful for me. This is like, what am I carrying in the body? How do I work with it? Where do I go with it? And then also I use this before I head off for classes as well, and kind of ask, like, what is it that they need today? What do I need to focus on? Where can I, what playlist, depending on what cards I get, what playlist am I going to use? And, you know, is there something that comes to mind from reading this deck that is going to really direct me as far as the overall energy or theme of the deck? The Self-Love Tarot. The Self-Love Tarot is usually one of like my Sunday decks, but it's also one of my, oh my gosh, I just need some love. I just need a hug. I just need something to tell me, just love yourself, you know? And this deck truly does it. I really enjoy the Self-Love Tarot. This is another one that's, you know, it's kind of like a staple. And then the Stunning Tarot. Let me just double check. I know I brought this in, and I think it was for one of the moons. Hold on a second. Let me check here, because I wanna be sure. Yep, here we go. It was for the full moon in Scorpio. So we'll talk more about that in my monthly wrap up. So I use the Stunning Tarot because this just feels, it just feels like a Scorpion deck. So that was that. And then Kai Tarot Love, again, one of those decks that I bring out when I really just need some slowing down, some love, some support. And this for me is like this really way of calling in Reiki energy, and this deck provides that for me. So guys, this is just a follow-up to my basket decks for April. And as far as May is concerned, I am so up in the air, and I have just not made up my mind, but I will show you the decks that I definitely know, because I've already used a couple of them in May so far. So let me show you what has come in already. So the Super Lunaris, again, the Super Lunaris, I'm always talking about this deck. I love this deck. I love that it has just basic interpretations from the RWS deck, just put in a more modern format. And I love the colors within the deck. I love the way that the deck feels. I love the way that it reads. I love that there is so much diversity within this deck, and there's no specific timeline in this deck. And I truly appreciate that, because time is tricky, guys. The other deck that I've already worked with this month is Be With Your Body Tarot. Again, I said just a few minutes ago, this is definitely one deck that is really just going to be within my standbys from now on. And maybe I need to do a video about that, like decks that are my monthly standbys that always stay nearby. So that's going to be the Be With Your Body Tarot. So that's 1 and 2. And then this, the Jumble Dance Tarot. This was a gift for me from my subscriber that came in that big, beautiful box of decks. And as you can see, it's still in order. And I wanted to wait to work with this deck until things started warming up a little bit more here in Arizona. But as I'm talking to you today, seriously guys, it looks like it's gonna rain. And this is totally bizarre for the month of May. But this is a deck that I wanted for quite some time. I remember the first time that I saw this deck was Meg over at Rose Honey Ritual, and she was working with this deck, and I thought, oh my goodness, I really like that deck, but I have so many collage decks already. I'm not gonna do it. And I got this deck, guys. I'm so excited to be working with this deck this month. And let's see what I end up pairing it up with. So far, what this comes down to is so far, I only have 3 decks here for the month of May as far as my basket decks. And I think I'm just gonna have to update you guys, you know, here and there with my basket decks or what I'm working with, because April, if that's an indication of what I'm doing this month, I was just everywhere. So as you can see, it was the basket decks minus some of the things that were in the basket, plus bringing in other things into the basket. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you later.